History's secrets, true or false? 10 statements, some real, some fake. How many can you get? Everyone thinks they know this one. Napoleon Bonaparte was shorter than the average French man of his era. True or false? That's false. Napoleon stood 57, actually above average for a French man in the 1800s. The myth came from a unit conversion error. History class skipped this one. Cleopatra was the first ruler of her dynasty to learn the Egyptian language. True or false? That's true. True. Cleopatra spoke 9 languages and was the first of her Greek Ptolemaic dynasty to bother learning Egyptian. Think carefully before you answer. Hiru Onoda finally surrendered after reading a leaflet dropped into the Philippine jungle. True or false? That's false. Leaflets never worked. Onoda dismissed over 1 million of them as enemy propaganda. Only his former commanding officer ordering him in person stopped him. This one bends your brain. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid. True or false? That's true. True. The Great Pyramid was built around 2560 BC. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC. She was closer to 1969 than to the pyramids by over 500 years. Art changed history on this one. British cartoonist James Gilray helped create the myth of Napoleon's short stature through deliberately exaggerated caricatures. True or false? That's true. True. Gilray drew Napoleon as tiny and childlike, and the caricature spread so fast it rewrote public memory across all of Europe. Halfway there, how many did you get so far? Comment your score below. The Queen of Misdirection. Cleopatra was ethnically Egyptian, descended from ancient pharaonic bloodlines. True or false? That's false. Cleopatra was ethnically Greek, a descendant of Ptolemy, one of Alexander the Great's generals, and likely had no Egyptian blood at all. Brace yourself for this one. Hiru Onoda's unit killed people in the Philippines years after World War II had officially ended. True or false? That's true. True and chilling. Onoda's unit killed at least 30 Filipino civilians and police during nearly 30 years of fighting a war that was already over. Dead men can tell tales. Napoleon's autopsy, conducted by his enemy's own doctors, recorded his height at over 5 feet 6 inches. True or false? That's true. True. His official autopsy recorded 5 feet 6.5 inches. His own enemy's doctors disproved the short myth after his death. She was more than a legend. Cleopatra authored scientific texts on medicine that physicians referenced for over 4 centuries after her death. True or false? That's true. True. Cleopatra wrote medical texts on gynecology and poisons that were cited by physicians for over 400 years after her death. Context is everything, people. Napoleon stood next to his famously tall imperial guard, so often that paintings made him appear shorter than he really was. True or false? That's true. True. His imperial guard had a minimum height of 6 feet. Standing beside giants every day made Napoleon look tiny in every painting and public scene. So how did you do? 0 to 4 casual, 5 to 7 sharp, 8 to 10 certified genius. Comment your score and subscribe. Quizzy is back next Friday.